welcome back. Today I'm going to actually be talking about another movie. One that actually got another one from my Blu-ray pack, from Horror Pack. And I know when I received this, I was a little like, ugh, wasn't too thrilled about it, but I figured I'd give it another chance. And that movie is the 2014 sequel slash remake of The Town That Dreaded Sundown. Um, And the reason why I wanted to kind of recheck it out, I kind of knew I was going to recheck it out, because I've seen it only once, and that was like end of 2014, beginning of 2015, so it's been a while, and I figured I should give it a chance, another chance. But another reason why I wanted to kind of really check it out again is because I know both on YouTube, obviously, like I said, I was kind of like, ugh, really hated this movie. And then I actually, on Facebook, went to Joe Maganaro's House of Horror page or whatever, and I just kind of put, like, hey, what does everyone think of this movie? I really didn't like it, but kind of want to know what people think of it, whether you loved it or hated it. And, surprisingly, I mean, there were people who didn't like it just like me, but there was, both on here and Facebook, people were kind of like, I kind of enjoyed it, and I was kind of like, okay, I'm going to give it another chance. I'll give it another shot. And, I gotta say, I'm still not the biggest fan of it. I just, like, I like that they tried to do something with this movie, with this story and everything, but I just feel like trying to do a remake slash sequel just wasn't quite the right thing to do. I think it should have been done kind of like its own separate movie, maybe. I don't know if I would have still liked it, but if it was something like Psycho or Texas Chainsaw, where it was kind of like it was based on true events, but it was kind of more just inspired by true events and make it into like kind of like its own little movie, I think maybe I would have enjoyed it a little bit more. And people who do enjoy this movie, I'm certainly not going to knock you. You know that, because I know there are movies that I enjoy that I feel like majority of people really don't like, and I'm always kind of defending it of like, no, it's got its qualities. It's got its qualities. So, I'm not gonna be one of those trollers. I'm not gonna be one of those haters on this movie. If you like this movie, more power to you. It's not for me. And I don't know, the whole, like, I think the issues that I have with it that I just can't really get past, once again, like I said, like, trying to make this into, like, a sequel slash remake wasn't doing it for me. Trying to, actually identify like a killer in this one, I feel also kind of lost me because obviously the first one, which was literally just taken from the headlines and everything, and like I said in my unboxing video, a couple of little small things slightly altered just for like dramatic effect or whatever. Like I know one of the killings, like the trombone killing in the original, like I know the girl in real life didn't play the trombone. She played, I don't know, like the flute or something, or I don't know, another instrument. But just for like that dramatic effect and that dramatic kill, they switched it to trombone. But the fact that like we didn't know, we still don't know who committed those original murders. I think it's very scary and everything. But with this one, I feel like, for Hollywood's sake, it was trying to bring closure to it, because I feel like today with movies, it's always like, we need closure, we need, someone to pin it on at the end of the movie, the last reel of the movie. We need a motive, and all this. And it's like, that's not what the original was about. Once again, I know, one was very much in like nonfiction, was very real, true story. This one obviously was more of a Hollywood fiction movie. like with that, I just, like I said, I can't really get past that. I feel like, once again, I feel like if it tried to be maybe more of its own movie, I might have been a little more interested in it. Even if, I mean, even down to like the name, just totally taking the original name, putting it on here. Like if it was something like The Terror of Texarkana or something, and then trying to be like, have like a copycat killer or something, I'd be kind of okay with. But this is just so blatantly trying to be directly associated to the original, passing it off as like a sequel slash remake. That's the other thing. I feel like, okay, being a sequel slash remake, I feel like it was confused on what it wanted to be. Like it wanted to, you know, have something to do with the original, which I respect, like, to try and have its own story, but I think it should have been its own story, not a sequel slash remake. And speaking of that, of like a sequel type thing, this movie, once again, Hollywood, leaving us at the end, I feel like setting us up for a possible sequel, which hopefully, at least in my opinion, hopefully doesn't ever happen. But if it does, they should go with its own sort of franchise, not necessarily using the Town That Dreaded Sundown title. Just saying, just saying. Hopefully, I don't get too much heat for that because, like I said, I know people out there enjoy this movie, but if they do make a sequel, at least for me to get into it, I feel like would have to be maybe a different working title. That's just me though. Although if they do ever do like a direct sequel to this one, you guys know I'll check it out and see, even though I don't necessarily like this one. Um, but yeah, just like I said, I wanted to give it another chance because I know quite a few of you out there do enjoy this movie, but I can't I can't get into it. I still dislike it. Um, but I mean, I do have to say, like with this second viewing, I do kind of see why people enjoy this. Story, wasn't all that bad, but it's still, like I said, just trying to, I feel like, make like a sort of like a franchisey type, uh, you know, movie and everything to a very real story that really didn't need one. Can't really get over. But you know what? That's just me. Like I said, that's just me. And for those of you who do like this movie, more power to you. Like I said, I'm not gonna hate on you for liking this movie. But yeah, I mean, although with actually watching it again last night, I mean, I'll be honest. Maybe once in a while I'll watch it, again. Maybe one of these days I'll view it and just something might click with me and be like, you know what, I was a little harsh on this movie, but it is not that day today. Just saying. But yeah, that's just my little take on The Town That Dreaded Sundown, the sequel slash remake. Um, you know, I tried, you guys, I really did try to like this movie. I just can't. Maybe I'm trying too hard in liking this movie, but whatevs. This is what I love about the horror community. We all have different taste in movies. We all like different movies. We all hate different movies and stuff. So, and you know me, like I said, I don't ever try and hate on anyone who might like something I hate and vice versa, might like something that I absolutely hate or, like or anything. So, whatevers. So that's just my little, take on the, 2014 The Town That Dreaded Sundown. I know some of you guys have already left your comments and everything. Let me know what you guys think. If you haven't, or if you want to just add a little more, whatevs. Till next time, you guys, though, I will check you out laters. In the meantime, as always, stay creepy and classy and a little bit sassy.